What is up, you guys? Josh Rockney here. And today I just want to say, bro, trust the process. Stick with your retention, bro. It changes your brain chemistry. That's the thing, is that most of us don't even realize how bogged down and how low our mind state is when we are stuck in addiction. If you are stuck feeling burned out, exhausted, tired, fed up, frustrated, then it's like you can't think clearly. And that's the thing, is that when you practice retention, when you continue on this retention journey, it takes you out of that survival instinct part of your brain. It takes you out of that instant gratification, that reptilian part of your brain called the amygdala. It takes you out of your stress response and it puts you in the prefrontal cortex. That's where wisdom is. That's where understanding is. That's where your personal power is, your ability to make good decisions are. So if you want to be able to crush, if you want to be able to move past obstacles and be successful, then practicing retention is one of the most important things that you can do, because you're giving up your power, right? But holding your power, taking your power back, that's what retention is. You're taking your energy back, you're holding it, and you're keeping your energy for you. And retention is just one form of that. So it's like you need to be practicing that with all other substances. If you're leaking energy in any form, it reminds me of something the Buddha says. Wherever the 32 streams flow from the mind toward pleasure, those currents will sweep that unfortunate person away. Pull out every selfish desire like an autumn lotus, not just one tree only. Pull out every selfish desire and you're on your way to nirvana. See, if you want joy, if you want peace, if you want power, you need to look at all the things that are stealing your energy away. Because as soon as you start to hold all of that energy, right, as soon as you let go of pleasure, let go of fear, and focus on filling your own cup with meditation, focus on doing mission, purposeful work, get engaged in your God-given purpose, that's when you're going to see things completely differently, bro. You're going to see things from a different vantage point. I'm going to go into a ton of concepts right now that are going to help you. So make sure to tune in. If you have not joined the community yet, you need to join my free private community. That's where you're going to have the support, the mentorship, the accountability. I've got protocols in there for perfect sleep, for good energy, for retention, for brain health. So you need to follow the protocols and you need to join the community. The male is nourished by the female, right? So rest, self-care, meditation, these are the things that the male needs to nourish and to replenish and to restore. So start to give yourself the feminine qualities. And once you do that, then you become a beacon, meaning you're now filling your own cup. You're now creating your own sunshine and your own light from within. And that makes you magnetic, because now you don't need anything from a woman. You don't need anything from other people, right? You're not walking around in fear. You're just surrendered to the flow of life. And as a result of which, your energy just increases. You have more and more internal wealth. That internal wealth in turn makes you want to create. It makes you want to serve. It makes you want to work. It makes you want to give, right? You start to have this bounty of joy and of passion and of power. So it's like, it's a very counterintuitive approach than the grinding approach. It's the do less approach. It's the do nothing approach. And through that flow state, you can just let go. Keep up with your intention, guys. There is something that you can't feel, that you can't see, that happens in the background when you're holding on to your male essence. It's creating power inside. It's creating this fire inside. And when you get to day 60, when you get to day 90, and you've let go of drugs, alcohol, and other stuff, and you're using meditation to get to that level, you're just going to notice that you start to feel a fire inside. You just start to feel that internal confidence, that internal drive, that internal power, where you've taken your self-worth back, you've taken your confidence back, and you start to see that a lot of the fear-based actions that you were taking are kind of silly and ridiculous. You start to see that like a lot of the tactics, quick fixes, money games, addictions, right, instant gratification, pleasure, all that stuff starts to feel a little bit more ridiculous, because now you're seeing with a different perspective. And this is true because your brain is actually activated in a different area. When you're burned out, when you are gripped by the addiction of PMO or of any other substance, your brain stem becomes more and more active. The reptilian part of your brain, the survival instinct part of your brain, the area of your brain that is responsible for fear, that becomes the controlling factor, and you become more animalistic. But when you practice retention, that area slowly but surely starts to shut down, and the area of the brain that becomes more active is the prefrontal cortex, the one that's responsible for wisdom, the one that's responsible for power, right? And so you start to take your power back. You start to take your kingship and your like who the fuck you are starts to become more embodied when you set boundaries around your energy, around your essence. So this neediness, it has to stop, because when you let go and you start to hold your energy, that's when the front part of your brain can become activated. And then you just start seeing things differently. You start acting differently. You become a different person, bro. That's what I'm saying. You become the person that know that you can be. You start becoming that higher version of yourself. So stick to your practices, bro. Keep it up. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Join me in my private community. I just started the private community. It's free for right now, but only for a limited time. This is going to be my inner circle, guys. This is going to be the spot where you can have the mentorship, the support. I've got protocols in there for perfect sleep, for retention. I've got protocols for fasting, right? I've got brain health protocols. So you need to join me in the private community if you have not done so already. All right. Catch you guys in there. Love y'all. I'll see you guys soon. All right. Peace.